making this live session on the difference between yoga practice and other such exercises, sports, etc. So first of all, let me show you that this is my yoga doing room, which is having good ventilation. This is a door, this is one window, and here there is another door. So basically we need to do yoga practice in a open area. If possible, then not even we should have a roof on top of our head. But people do yoga practices inside their houses, inside room, with let us say the air cooler, air conditioner also. So that is not required. Having like block environment is no for yoga practice. And the reason is, of course, because we need to have more of oxygen, because oxygen is for our good health. We need to intake lots of oxygen, fresh oxygen, in our environment. So after showing my room where I carry out my yoga practice, let me discuss, like bring out today's topic, why I have thought of making this session on yoga practice and similar exercises or other practices are there. For example, the sports in schools, in colleges, and in big games also. We see that a lot of exercises goes on together with the sports. Now one might see that the yoga practices, the pranayams are very much similar with the sports activities, the exercises that one carries out. So those exercises seems to be similar with yoga practice, but there are some basic differences when somebody is going for yoga practice. So today I will be discussing some of the very basic and simple, because if I go through theoretical things, and those theoretical reasons do not have any practical implication, practically we cannot apply it, then it would be of no use. Giving lots of reasoning from books, literature is, of course, it seems easy, but people should be grasping of what is being discussed in this session. So first of all, let me introduce that yoga practice consists, it is actually integrating combination of the human body, the human mind, and also the human soul. So exercises or sports would not include all these things. In yoga philosophy, uh, it is actually a spiritual activity also, spiritual practices also, but one need not be following lots of austerity in order to excel in yoga practice. When we know that our aim is to get a good health, physical health, then we need not go for like in depth of that. So when we say the human mind, of course the sports gives us happiness, and we feel happy, emotions get elevated. So there also somewhere the happiness is there, the human mind is involved. But yoga practice actually, in the very beginning only, it says that our mind, our breath, and our body should be integrated in all the yoga practices, yoga asana, and other practices. So our integration is the main thing, that I am aiming at my physical health as well as the mind. The mind is something which is we cannot touch physically. I can touch my ears, nose, eyes, hairs, but I cannot physically touch the human mind. But then it is evident that human mind, human happiness, sadness are also important. And after doing maybe somebody is going for physical exercises, going to gym, somebody is going for some physical sports, etc., and somebody is doing yoga practice. So when we are doing yoga practice, actually I know that how my mind is going to be elevated to a better state of being as compared to the exercises. If I'm going for running or swimming, or let us say any kind of other activities, other exercises, then I do not aim, like knowingly I do not aim that I'll be getting some happiness. What I aim for in exercises is that my muscles are going to be toned up. I'm going to have six-pack stomach, six-pack belly. So the muscles, biceps, triceps, those are aimed in exercises. Then exercise also aims at the bones, the strength of the bones, the flexibility of our joints, various joints. So these are aimed. Then of course the burning of our fats. If somebody is having like fatty body, then he or she would go for the gyms, because there the fat is burned, calorie is burned. Now that actually also elevates the heart rate, the palpitation of the heartbeat, so that fastens up, and that burns a lot of calorie, fats. Now when we are aiming at I'm not like criticizing the exercises, although I'm not trying to do that exercise is not good, just the difference between yoga practice and other exercises. When somebody is aiming at fat burning, then is he or she also aware of the palpitation of the heart rate, that the heart rate is fastening, and what would be the effect of the palpitation, like fastening of heart rate later on our body? Do somebody actually realizes the difference, means after burning of the fats? He or she may suffer from heart ailments also. So that awareness is not there in case of exercises. But in case of yoga asana, we are aware of what would be the effect of each yoga asana on my body. I have got lots of organs inside my body: my skull, the cerebellum, medulla oblongata are there, then my eyes are there, and I have got my sinusitis cavity, sinus glands, I have got my throat. Means all the various organs, bones, muscles, nerves, organs, skin, every part of the body is having an effect, and that we do it knowingly. Knowingly, I know that if I do pranayama, then I'll be having a different heart rate. So that is why I do pranayama. Pranayama is not just having effect on our heartbeat, but our entire nervous system, our brain, and that functions, the effect on various parts, other parts of the body, those are also known. Each yogasana, we learn that there are certain restrictions, somebody who cannot do, what are the benefits, and what could be like the effect of doing, let us say, the salavasana, or I am doing bhujangasana because I am having certain issues in my body. Then I had done the nasapan, which is good to release the congestion of the nasal, means a sinusitis problem. I used to have a lot of sinusitis problem in my childhood days. So I had practiced the nasapan and other pranayama, surya namaskar, and few more yogasana that has helped me building up my health, physical being, physical body, and my mind. So I had known that this yogasana is having a certain good effect upon my body. That is why I do. And when I did it, I got the effect. I had a problem of bleeding from my nose, and I got relief within 1 month after doing the Nasapan in my childhood days. So I was actually literally I was made learned about the practice of yogasana by my yoga gurus, that what would be the effect upon your body, how would you feel it. So all those things were like told by our yoga guru. But let me very frankly ask you all, when you do the physical exercises, are you aware of the effect on your body? I mean, each part of your body, how it is going to affect you, your organs, vital organs of the body? Are you really aware of that? It is very rare actually that the instructor they would discuss these things, because it is a business, it is a market, and people I must say are focused on the money more than the physical health and the spiritual health also. So few more actually differences are there which I have collected. So increase of oxygen consumption. Now when somebody is going for pranayam, we deeply inhale, taking a deep breath inside, hold it for some time, and then release. So when I am doing it, what is happening that inside my, through my nostril, inside my body, inside my lungs, a lot of oxygen is going inside, and I keep it for some time, hold it for some time, and release it from the other nostril. So that actually helps the lungs to intake more of oxygen from the air and release carbon dioxide through the other nostril. So that lowers down my heart rate. You know, the palpitation of heart, when the heartbeat increases, that is not like a positive signal from our body. It should be slower, and deep inhalation, deep breathing. Pranayama is also known as deep breathing. So deep breathing helps us in taking in more of oxygen inside our body. And everybody must be aware of this, that our body consists of millions and trillions of cells, and all those cells, they require oxygen to carry out their functioning. But due to some reason, if our body is not getting enough oxygen inside the body, then each of the cell, they will not get enough oxygen, and the various organs inside our body, they would be malfunctioning. They might one day give rise to some kind of diseases. So that is possible because the oxygen intake, just like food and water, we need oxygen also. So air is not having enough oxygen. That is one very basic and very important thing. Then comes exercises consist of repetitive motion, means particular movement or motion, the maybe hands, maybe feet. I'm not showing those exercises, but repetitive movement would like having some kind of resultant, of course, but we do not know what will be the, what about the other organs, other parts of the body. So but in case of yogasana, we do not do one yogasana. When our teacher or the guru, they instruct us, then they give a number of exercises. So where they that prescription actually consists of yogasana for the whole body, not just one particular hands or feet, that somebody is repetitively making that motion and other organs are forgotten. Yogasana aims at the well-being of the health of the whole body and the mind also. Then another important point I think is that when somebody is doing exercises, then he or she goes to limits of exhaustion, means a lot of uh, our heart rate, of course, it increases, palpitation increases, then the perspiration occurs, and the full, like the force of the body is exerted, so that decreases the overall well-being, because we need not do that much of exhaustion for something, some work which is just a practice, that is not seriously. If somebody is running very fast, then of course it is required. If it is a competition, that is a practice. But just like in inside a room, exhaustion is not required, because in real life we express ourselves to the fullest when we are really in some serious need. So those are not so serious if it is not a sports, of course. Okay, somebody is giving some messages. Hi madam, hello, how are you? I'm good. What are you speaking about? I'm actually trying to speak about the differences that one might feel doing yogasana and doing other exercises, gyms and sports. Yoga today has become a sports also, but the aim of yoga is not that sports actually. Competition is not the aim of yogasana, yoga practice. Yoga goes for the overall health and well-being of a person's life. That includes our mind, body, and our breath. So in another video, I'll try to describe why and how our breath is important. When we breathe slow and when we breathe fast, what is the difference? What would be the effect upon me if I go for slow breathing or if I go for fast breathing? If my heart rate is slower or my heart rate is faster. So I will try to discuss that in another. But for today, another difference between yoga practice and the exercises and sports is that yoga philosophy is quite old. It is an old traditional practice, while the modern exercises and sports, those are newer. So we cannot actually compare both the uh, practices in a same level unless and until we aim at certain point, such as I am aiming for my physical health and not for other businesses. Like it could be like money matters also, that somebody is propagating the yoga philosophy and somebody is propagating the exercises, and there is no such basis of making unless and until I aim at the health of a person, health of my family, health of my community. If I do that, then we can very well go for the better practices. My camera, mobile camera, sometimes gives problem. So we cannot actually square something in yet another kinds of logics, because yoga philosophy is different and the modern sports and exercises, they base upon the modern science, and yogic science is actually quite old. So there is no such basis that we can compare unless and until we go for the physical health and well-being of a person, of a human being. So again, there's a the concept of mind, human mind, is different in case of yoga and in case of modern science. So that again should not create any such issues of clashes, unless I am aiming at the health, and I'm really aiming at the physical and spiritual health of each human being, of myself and other people's also. So there could be more differences between yoga philosophy and modern sciences, modern exercises. That could will be like people can go on discussing, but we should aim at the physical health, I think, the mental health of human being, because only then it would be like balance. I can, why I am doing this discussion is of course because of the human health, our health, that one can get through yoga practices, or one is aiming, like somebody is going for exercises or sports. So how the difference is seen. So you all can also go on like practicing, physically do the yogasana, and physically do, you can try out running or doing other exercises and see the difference. If I am doing yoga for one day and sleeping for rest of the month, it is not going to give any result. Then yoga is something that we need to do it early morning, and we need to be regular, drink 2 glasses of water at least in the morning and do yoga practice. So that was it, that I really wanted to make this awareness about our health and well-being. And new videos I have not done for many days, but I'll be doing definitely. Just that I tried to remain busy with other things, that I could not come in this channel for making awareness of our health. So that was it. If you have any doubts or queries, I think right now nobody has written any, no more queries. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really interested in yoga philosophy, and I'll be uploading more content in this channel. Thank you for watching.